I am Nicolas Bornozis of Capital Link, and I would like to welcome you all to the 22nd Annual Capital Link Invest in Greece Forum. This year, given the circumstances, we're hosting our event online. I send you my greetings from New York. We are delighted to have with us over the next 2 days a tremendously rich and comprehensive agenda with top speakers from the government, the private sector, international banks and organizations, and international investors. It's a true international summit about Greece that this year is taking place virtually. We are overwhelmed to see the extent of the signups we have for people attending the forum, and we are creating an online library, a roadmap, a blueprint for investors about the trends, developments, and opportunities in Greece, the overall economy, and sector by sector. This virtual library will remain live and available to the disposal of investors for the next few months. So I would like to thank you all for joining us today. And I would like to mention that we are hosting this event every year in cooperation with the New York Stock Exchange. And in a minute, I will ask Ajay Kanani, the Director of International Listings, to come and give us his remarks. I would like to thank the lead sponsors, Citi and Tsakos Energy Navigation. They have been the lead sponsors. I know it sounds 14 years in a row. I mean, we have been together for so long that I think we have lost count. That's a good thing. So we have a very long-term relationship, and I appreciate very much them being with us year after year and contributing to the forum. I'd like to thank also the platinum sponsor, Piraeus Bank, and of course, I'd like to thank the very loyal and steady supporters and sponsors, our gold sponsors, Goldman Sachs, Nomura, and EY. Every year, they support the sponsor, and we have a long list of sponsors supporting the event. I don't want to go one by one because it's a very long list, but I would like to say thank you for your commitment, thank you for your support, thank you for your contribution. Without it, it would not have been possible to do this forum. And last but not least, I would like to say a tremendous thanks to my staff. We have put together an event of amazing complexity because in addition to the forum, we are hosting a huge number of one-on-one meetings, and I'd like to thank them all for the long hours and the commitment and loyalty they have put in to deliver this event. And now I will kindly ask Ajay Kanani from the New York Stock Exchange to share with us his remarks opening the forum. Ajay, please come on.
Thank you, Nicholas. On behalf of the New York Stock Exchange, I would like to start by commending you and the Capital Link team on organizing an exciting 22nd Capital Link Annual Invest in Greece Forum. All of this, despite the COVID world we continue to find ourselves in. Again, I am Ajay Kanani, Head of EMEA Capital Markets at the New York Stock Exchange. The New York Stock Exchange takes enormous pride in our partnership and friendship with Greece and its corporate community. We remain fully committed to assisting a growing number of Greek companies across the global capital markets. Needless to say, this includes supporting the various high-profile Greek American executives involved in running and growing the multiple global companies listed on the New York Stock Exchange. To Nicholas's point just a minute ago, the forum may be different this year with it being virtual, but the New York Stock Exchange is glad and proud to be alongside Capital Link for what should be an extremely exciting couple of days. Every individual joining us can look forward to a rich agenda with over 30 sessions showcasing, over 110 speakers deeply ingrained and in tune with everything Greece. We're also delighted that members of our Greek and Greek American listed community are here today, and we are thrilled to be having them joining us for the closing bell ceremony, again, albeit virtually this year, but with the New York Stock Exchange hand in hand. And on that note, I would like to hand it back to Nicolas so that we can get this informative and exciting 2 days of, again, Invest in Greece Forum underway. Thank you again. Nicolas, back to you.
Ajay, thank you. And thank you for bringing up the closing bell tonight. I invite everyone to join us virtually to watch the closing bell. It is a particularly moving moment to see the Greek flag all over the New York Stock Exchange. And I would like to thank you for your hospitality, for your commitment, and for your support. Thank you, Ajay.
Thank you on behalf of the New York Stock Exchange. Absolutely. Thank you.
And now it is my great pleasure to thank you, Ajay. It's my great pleasure to ask the Greek ambassador to the United States, Alexandra Papadopoulou, to join us. She's right there. And Ambassador, thank you for being with us. The floor is yours to kick off the forum along with Ambassador Payat, who is in Athens and who will be speaking right after you.
Thank you so much. Good morning from Washington. After a long day, which was really rainy and horrible weather, today a sunny day is out, and I hope this is a foretaste for the future. It is indeed a pleasure to address this forum today and welcome you to A Taste of Greece, which is an introduction to what Greece offers in terms of economic and investment opportunities in these truly unprecedented times. We're facing a global health crisis unlike any other in the last 100 years, as well as the deepest global recession since World War II. The ensuing economic challenges are obvious for everybody, for every country. Even more, for already pre-COVID challenged economies like the Greek one, emerging after a 10-year-long severe crisis and seeing immediately before the COVID outbreak the first positive signs of recovery, this was a real challenging time. In the pre-COVID-19 era and until 2019, the Greek economy had shown positive growth rates over the last 3 years, with prospects for further development over 2% in 2020. These achievements were made possible through an impressive effort to correct prior significant macroeconomic imbalances, but also through an extremely ambitious, according to OECD's assessment, national reform program. Admittedly, the worldwide spread of the pandemic reversed the growth prospects of the Greek economy in 2020, causing instead a temporary recession due to the significant decline in economic activity and mainly due to the fact that a large share of tourism constitutes part of the Greek GDP. However, amid the extremely adverse conditions and the worldwide uncertainty of the pandemic's course, Greece has already enjoyed a high degree of confidence in world markets, reflecting in Greek bond interest rates being at historically low levels, as well as in the positive investment environment in Greece due to the record low borrowing costs. Notably, in early November, Moody's upgraded Greece's credit rating due to stable prospects under conditions of an unprecedented recession of the global economy. This can only be interpreted as proof of increased confidence in Greece for successfully managing the current crisis, for its ongoing reform initiatives, as well as for the prospects of the Greek economy overall. Moreover, in mid-November, the European Commission published its 8th enhanced surveillance report for Greece, recognizing the country's swift and effective response to the pandemic and its economic consequences, of course, a response that positively contributed to a faster start of the Greek economy. Greece's remarkable progress on the undertaken structural reforms was also highlighted in this European Commission report for the positive impact on economic conditions and the investment climate in particular, despite adverse conditions. Furthermore, the report estimated a stronger recovery in 2021 with a growth rate of 5%. The prospects are enhanced, but the optimal utilization of EU resources from the EU Recovery Fund through the respective national recovery and sustainability plan, with emphasis on investments in the digital and green economy. Greece, an important regional hub due to its geostrategic position at the crossroads of 3 continents in the Mediterranean Sea, With comparative advantages in high-quality human capital and in the fields of shipping, tourism, energy, and supply chains, is a gateway to the European market of 450 million people, offering business opportunities in a wide range of sectors. In addition, the National Privatization Program enhances economic growth as per significant ongoing privatizations in sectors such as infrastructure, real estate, and especially in tourism. In the energy sector in particular, a significant number of key energy projects are under development, with the support and active contribution of the European Union, as Greece has been transformed into an energy hub in the Eastern Mediterranean, maximizing its own energy security, that of the wider region, but also the EU's, while offering also excellent business opportunities to interested investors. Notably, Greece and the United States cooperate in infrastructure projects, energy security and regional stability in the Eastern Mediterranean, together with Cyprus and Israel in the context of the 3+1 collaboration scheme. On the subject of Greek-US relations, the two countries have strong and long-standing political and economic ties, and bilateral relations stand at their highest level in recent memory. The Greek-US strategic dialogue, in progress since 2018, has established a closer relationship between the two countries in the sectors of regional cooperation, defense and security, trade and investment, energy, law enforcement, and relations between citizens. More specifically, in the context of the second round of the strategic dialogue and the subgroup on trade and investment, the two countries have been developing their collaboration in a number of areas of common interest, such as innovation, startups, energy, information technology, tourism, infrastructure. Presently, significant joint investments are being made in Greek shipyards, whereas there is an important US interest in the ports of Kavala and Alexandroupolis, the latter city evolving into a hub for transporting American gas to Central and Eastern Europe. In January 2020, the Greek Parliament ratified the updated Greek-US Mutual Defense Cooperation Agreement, which was signed in October 2019 during Secretary of State Pompeo's visit to Greece, thus further strengthening our bilateral defense cooperation. Furthermore, during Secretary Pompeo's recent visit to Greece in September 2020, the US-Greek Science Technology Agreement was signed, establishing terms for launching private-public partnerships in innovation, further strengthening Greece's leading position as a hub of research and technology in Southeastern Europe. Despite the global economic consequences of the pandemic, the Greek economy remains stable, providing a favorable investment environment and attracting continuous interest from American companies, thanks to Greece's highly trained human resources, as proven not only by Microsoft's recent investment in Greece, but also by the presence in the Greek market of several big American companies such as Pfizer, Deloitte, and Cisco. Throughout good times and bad, Greece has proven to be a pillar of stability in a highly volatile region as is Southeast Europe, Eastern Mediterranean region. A functioning democracy with full respect for rule of law and the high standards of the EU member state, and as such, a reliable partner to the US, sharing common values and the same strategic goals. I wish the best success to this forum, and thank you so much for giving me the time and the opportunity to address it.
Ambassador Papadopoulou, thank you very much for your opening remarks. Great to have you with us, and it is my great pleasure now to welcome Ambassador Payat, who is talking to us from Athens. I would also like to thank you, Ambassador, for really every year being a great friend, supporter of this forum, as you have been a great friend and supporter of Greece. So my personal thanks to you, to you and your staff for all the support you have given us, and thank you so much for being with us today.
No, well, thank you, Nico, and good morning, Kalimera, everybody. Ambassador Papadopoulou, friends, it's a pleasure really for me to speak at another Capital Link Invest in Greece forum and to see so many prominent folks from both sides of the Atlantic in this year's program. I'm only sorry not to be doing it in New York this year. I particularly want to thank Nico and the Capital Link team for your ongoing efforts to highlight the unique value proposition that Greece represents for American investors. And if I can leave you with one idea today, it's that despite a pandemic-induced global slowdown and the huge challenges that COVID has created for all of us, Greece, from the perspective of the American government, is on the right track and moving forward. And indeed, as Ambassador Papadopoulou just described, US-Greece relations have never been better. I also want to say what a great pleasure it is to be speaking here with my friend Alexandra. She's played a crucial role in US-Greece relations since July 2019, when Prime Minister Mitsotakis took office. And as we work to sustain positive momentum after that election. At the Prime Minister's office, she was an essential partner in our work leading up to Secretary of State Pompeo's first visit to Greece in October of 2019, and the signing then of a really path-breaking new mutual defense cooperation agreement between our two countries. So while I was very proud to see her named as Greece's ambassador to Washington early this year, I was also very sorry to lose her as an interlocutor here in Athens, and I'm really glad today to revive our partnership for a little while. Of course, Ambassador Papadopoulou's first big project as ambassador was Prime Minister Mitsotakis's visit to the White House back in January, which really does feel like a lifetime ago. And I remember then when the Prime Minister was in the cabinet room, he said to the president and much of the cabinet that he wanted to see the US-Greece trade and investment relationship rise to the same high level as our defense and security cooperation. And I want to underline today that the United States shares that goal. Over the past year, Prime Minister Mitsotakis's market-friendly reforms have enhanced Greece's reputation as a trusted destination for American investment, paving the way in particular for Greece's emerging knowledge-based economy. When I've spoken to previous Capital Link sessions in New York, I was often asked questions about the banking system and non-performing loans. And in that context, it's great to see that Greek banks are shedding a good portion of their non-performing loans by tapping into the new state-supported securitization program, Hercules. As the Wall Street Journal just recently reported, Alpha Bank has reported that it's in the final stages of selling $10.8 billion gross loan portfolio, along with its loan servicing unit. The preferred bidder for that transaction is the US investment firm Davidson Kemper Capital Management, for what would be, if completed, Greece's largest ever non-performing loan sale. And two more banks, the National Bank of Greece and Piraeus Bank, each aim to sell around 7 billion euros each in loans next year. So the Hercules program is helping to usher in global and especially American investors to Greece, even during the pandemic. Another good news story I'd like to highlight is the tremendous progress that Minister Parakakis and his team have made in digitizing government processes during the pandemic. The Greek government has increased protection of intellectual property rights, which led to Greece's removal from the USTR Special 301 watch list in April, after 12 years. As a direct result, Greece's relationship with Microsoft has grown dramatically. In October, Microsoft announced that it will invest hundreds of millions of dollars in a complex of data centers around Athens, the largest that it has ever made in its long history here in Greece. Microsoft has also acquired this year the Greek company Softomotive and announced that it will launch a robotic process automation hub here in Athens. Other American companies like Amazon Web Services and Digital Realty are also collaborating with Greece on cloud infrastructure and technology. Prompted by Greece's new digital governance code, the innovative Phaistos Fund to develop new 5G applications, and tax incentives aimed at reversing brain drain and bringing digital migrants back to Greece. Supported by the embassy's continued engagement in northern Greece, especially our presence at the 2018 and 2019 Thessaloniki International Fairs, American companies like Pfizer, Cisco, and Deloitte are expanding their footprint in Thessaloniki and contributing to its development as a regional innovation hub. These companies are investing in Thessaloniki's strategic location as a gateway to the Balkans and the highly skilled workforce offered by the city's outstanding educational institutions. When Secretary of State Pompeo, my boss, visited Thessaloniki in September, he highlighted that city's potential as a technology hub of the Balkans, as well as Greece's, and especially northern Greece's, critical contributions to European energy security. With the recently completed Trans-Adriatic pipeline, the under construction Greece-Bulgaria gas interconnector targeted for completion next year, the Alexandroupoli floating storage and regasification unit, and new planned connections to North Macedonia, Greece and its neighbors are literally redrawing the energy map of Southeastern Europe, diversifying sources and routes. These coordinated actions will help to unlock the Western Balkans' dependence on Gazprom in favor of LNG, promoting greater regional trade and more stable and prosperous prospects for the region. We are very pleased that LNG, a cheaper and more secure energy source than Russian pipeline gas, will flow through these new infrastructure projects. For the first 9 months of 2020, almost half of the LNG coming into Greece originated from the United States, nearly 4 times the amount imported in the same period of 2019. And we are also proud that 2 American groups have declared interest in the privatization of the ports of Kavala and Alexandroupoli, which the U.S. Development Finance Corporation has identified as a strategic priority because of their geographic location and synergy with energy projects like the TAP, the FSRU, and the South Kavala underground gas storage facility. In addition, the ever-deepening U.S.-Greece defense and security relationship has provided stability and helps to boost investor confidence in Greece. We're very pleased, for instance, that the U.S. Navy has certified the Syros shipyard to conduct maintenance of U.S. military vessels. And we've strongly supported the U.S. company Onyx's efforts to finalize the acquisition of the Elefsina shipyard near Athens in collaboration with the Development Finance Corporation. Through Greece's upcoming Hellenic Navy modernization program and the construction of new and upgraded frigates, these investments will help to bring new and expanded capabilities to Greece's existing military forces and jumpstart a domestic shipbuilding industry where Greece has traditionally excelled. And with his ambitious goal to close lignite power plants by 2028, Prime Minister Mitsotakis has also set a bold green agenda, recognizing that renewables are the future. The United States wants to be part of that story. Natural gas will serve as a key transition fuel, while US companies like GE and Ameresco are helping Greece to unlock its green potential by taking advantage of its bountiful thermal and wind resources. GE has just completed the new Zakaris 16 megawatt wind farm in Evia, which was financed by Florida-based Jasper Energy, and Ameresco is working with PPC Renewables on a variety of wind projects. We welcome continued reforms of this sector to streamline the process for licensing renewable energy projects, and we hope to see more US investment in emerging sectors such as energy storage and offshore wind. Combined with Greece's plans to expand its energy interconnections and revitalize its ports, these investments will help to further Greece's role as a premier regional energy hub. And I'm very pleased that tomorrow, the embassy and I will be able to welcome US Secretary of Energy Brulette for a 2-day visit to Athens that will serve as a capstone to this year of unprecedented progress in US-Greece energy relations. And finally, in the tourism sector, Mohegan Gaming and Entertainment is ready to begin work on the casino project at the old Hellenic Airport, which will create 7,000 jobs and provide work to many Greek construction and law firms and banks and others. Mohegan's investment plans will transform the Athens Riviera and help the country to rebound during its post-pandemic recovery. Over the past few years, I want to emphasize that Greece has become a country that can deliver solutions to the challenge that the United States faces in the Eastern Mediterranean and Western Balkans. Breakthroughs like the Prespis Agreement and Greece's network of trilateral relations in the Eastern Mediterranean have helped to reposition Greek diplomacy, and the Greek government's responsible management of the pandemic has raised its standing internationally. Combined with its internal reforms and the all-time high in US-Greece relations, I am confident that Greece has found a recipe for economic success. American companies are coming to Greece to invest because of the values and stability that Greece offers, and because our nations are united by our belief in hard work, creativity, and our shared democratic ideals. For years, the US-Greece relationship has enjoyed strong bipartisan support, and I'm confident that support is going to continue as we transition to a new administration in the United States. Indeed, President-elect Biden and his team know Greece very well and understand Greece's critical role as a pillar of stability and prosperity in the Eastern Mediterranean and Western Balkans. So together, we're going to continue to build on the very strong foundation of the past several years, and I expect we will take our economic relationship to even greater heights in 2021. Ευχαριστώ πολύ.
Ambassador, thank you very much. We have also Ambassador Papadopoulou. She can join us again if she can hear us. So thank you very much to both of you for starting this conference at a very high level with a very optimistic note. So thank you. It's another indication of the very close relationship between the US and Greece.
My pleasure.
Thank
Nicolas.
you.
Thank you very much.
And I have to tell
Thank you very much.
looking at the number of participants, we managed to bring a tremendous crowd for opening remarks from all over the world.
Outstanding.
So you're setting a very high bar for every other session to follow.
Super.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good luck, Nico.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All
the best.
Merry Christmas.
All the best.
Bye, Jeff.
Thank you.